Hey everyone, it's me. I'm back. Welcome to this short edition of Speedbuild. This is the trains. This is the Approach Medium Discord screenshot competition. If you're a subscriber of Approach Medium, you probably see every week on the community tab that he posts. So you see it on like your homepage or whatever. This thing about screenshot competitions, and basically this has been going on for a little like over a year now, I'm pretty sure, and maybe even longer. But yeah, basically on the Approach Medium Discord server, there's the weekly competition, and this week's theme was abandoned. And I chose to film it just because I knew I hadn't done an episode of. I mean, I re-uploaded episode 3, so you wouldn't hear the really like the personal rant. That was really dumb. I don't know why I did that. So I re-uploaded that. I also realized there's no music. Sorry about that. So I'm gonna make sure, hopefully, that there's music this time. So I'll explain a little bit of what I'm doing here. So right now, what I'm doing is, rusty rails and kind of like abandoned rails, they're not really. Oh shit. I just remembered I was supposed to do JR's abandoned power lines with this, and I totally forgot it, and I literally just remembered until now. Anyway, but basically what I'm doing here is I'm making these like custom tracks, kind of. So I'm taking this set of rusty rails, and what I'm doing is I'm using JR's abandoned tie spline, and I'm just putting it right under, and then I'm adjusting the rails too so it's slightly lower and not like floating above the tracks and everything. And I'm doing it so it gives off, kind of in my opinion, a better abandoned track than just your standard thing, your standard track, rusty track. So I'm basing this off of a real abandoned line in Queens, New York City. It's in a neighborhood called Long Island City. It was a old separate. It was a branch, and it branched off from Sunnyside Yard in Queens, which I think is maybe the largest rail yard in. No, not in North America. UP has the biggest one. I think it's. Damn, what am I trying to say? East of the Mississippi River. I'm pretty sure it's the largest rail yard east of the Mississippi. And basically it connected from that yard to just a smaller yard more towards the harbor, but it got disused. I think they abandoned the line in 2015, I want to say. But it's kind of like a thing. Everyone walks there now. They've turned part of it into a community garden, and that's what I'm kind of doing here. There's this old photo I took, and it's basically from that point of view where you're looking at straight on, and then you just see these buildings. And it's got a great. It's a great picture I think I took. It's just me and my friends walking down, and it's just surrounded by grass and vegetation. The final product, when you see the photos, does not do it justice as to how much vegetation there actually is. It really does look like a forest has grown there. And it's funny because it's right next to a really busy and new neighborhood in the city, in one of the outer boroughs and everything. And you'll see in the later, I don't get into it in this part of this section of a video, but you'll see it in the end products in the last section where I start putting buildings and everything, because you just really do get that great point of view. So what I'm doing now is I'm just selecting these trees, this ST_RMM. I don't know what that means, but I use these trees. They're really high quality, and some of them are really bushy. So you'll see with these ones, they're really bushy towards up the top and everything. And I don't mind that they have a skinny trunk, because I just kind of get rid of them. What I do, and I think I explained this in the re-upload of episode 3, is what I do is I take these trees and I lower them, so you just really get these big bushes almost, And That's what I'm doing here. Just rotating these so it doesn't look the same. But yeah, so I think I'll describe more of the competition. So it's already done. I submit it. Probably won't win as of right now. What's in the lead is this photoshopped image of a bridge, and it's like half not there. It's creative, but that looks like it's probably gonna win. That is like the highest amount of votes. Mine's at just 10, and then it's fine. I do this for fun. I do it for practice, and yeah. But one time, only time I was actually close to winning was I think it was called it was the flyover theme. Now, I'm an idiot. All right, let's just put that there. And when I read it, I got it confused with flyby. And if you know what a flyby is, like if you've seen Top Gun or something, it's when like you'll get a plane and it buzzes the tower. And that's what I did. And it got the most amount of votes, actually. And the only reason why I lost is because there's also an option to disqualify. And so I checked. Like, some of the same people who voted for my thing also voted to disqualify. So that brought it down. And I lost. That was the closest I ever got. But, yeah, I really thought I'd say that one. You would actually be surprised. There are more, like, Air Force, military planes and all that stuff. There are more assets of planes and stuff like that than there are certain railroads on the download station, which I think is just pretty funny. That something like Train Simulator has more stuff of a totally different mode of transportation, of like planes and all that stuff. These are the buildings. I get rid of that bridge. I don't really like it, but hopefully I'll angle it. Yeah, so like there, perfect. So that's basically the same shot I get. I add a couple of other buildings. I had a signal all the way in the back, which is dumb because you really can't even see it if you look at the photos. And what I meant to do is on the right here, so on the right of the tracks, I meant to have a JR abandoned power line there. And I literally thought of it 1 second and then forgot it the next, which would have added to the scene. So I'm disappointed in myself that I forgot to do it. Do I think it would have helped with the votes? No. But yeah, so we got like 40 seconds left in this. I don't even know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, I'm just trying to find buildings that I had downloaded already, like skyscrapers and everything. I ended up stopping the recording. I went on the DLS. I got 3 new buildings, and you see them in the final photos. So here I'm trying to put crossbucks. It was so weird. I had sworn that you could rotate. I want it to be like tilted, and even though there's not a crossing there, still, the small details add to it. So that's about it. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and hopefully maybe I'll see you guys next week, and ciao.